I drive what I supposed most would consider an old car, a 2013 four-door sedan from a popular South Korean brand that rhymes with Fun Guy. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention brand names on YouTube, so we will leave it at that for now. I don't mind driving a 10-year-old car, and indeed I was a bit surprised to find that the average age of a private vehicle in the USA in 2022 was 12.2 years, according to USA Today. So I am apparently in good company. The main reason I keep driving my Fun Guy is the ridiculous cost of a new or even used vehicle these days. There are some other reasons I'll get into, but honestly that's the primary one. Looking at various sources, the average monthly car payment in the USA in 2023 is around $500 for a used car, meaning 2 to 4 years old, and $700 a month for a new car for people with a good to excellent credit rating. Oy. I simply can't afford that addition to our monthly budget. Just think that's $6,000 to $8,400 per year just to park the wretched thing in front of your home. Even leasing a vehicle is now around $500 a month on average here in the US. In car terms, leasing is essentially agreeing to rent a vehicle for a specified term, typically 36 to 48 months, and then giving it back. I actually initially leased my Fun Guy and purchased it outright after 36 months. I don't work in my car anymore. I used to do my own oil changes and brakes, but I got old and fat and cars have too many doodads on them now. I do try to keep up with oil changes, belt replacements and the like using a local auto repair shop, who I must say have actually been very good. My maintenance expenditures last year, excluding fuel and road taxes, were around $2,100. That figure does include a new set of tires, so financially it makes sense in my case, at least when compared to $6,000 per year and above, to have a new car or truck. Actually, all but one of the cars I have owned over the years were used when I bought them, and the only real lemon was a German-made sedan which I discovered had electrical problems. I would point out that while I am not particularly green, it makes sense to me that buying something used, be it a car or a smartphone or a book, can help slow the mad dash we seem to be making to use up all the resources we have. That's in addition to saving some money when buying used. I should also note that I'm not an aggressive driver. I don't stomp on the gas or the brakes. And judging by what I see in the roads every day, I'm probably not your average driver in that regard. I would guess that also helps my used cars to hang on a bit longer. Would I like to have a new car? Sure. That new car smell gets to me just like everyone else. However, I am old enough and perhaps jaded enough to not crave a new car every few years, especially at current prices. I might also speak to those who live outside the US where private car ownership is typically less. Definitely fewer 2- and 3-car families anyway. Unless you live in a city or a larger town in the US, public transportation by rail or bus falls way short of what many other parts of the world enjoy. The US is a big place and it can be hard to conveniently get around without a car. This country is still very car-centric and probably will be for at least a few more years. Here are several reasons why I think it makes sense to drive an older car in 2023. I'm talking more about keeping your older vehicle on the road, not necessarily purchasing a used vehicle. Driving an older car can mean lower or indeed no car payments, along with lower insurance and registration fees. Repairs can be reasonable since parts are generally readily available for popular models, and older cars are often less complex than the newest ones. A study from Kyushu University found that keeping older but still fuel-efficient cars on the road longer reduces CO2 emissions significantly more than speeding up the global transition to green technology like EVs. The rationale was that because it takes a lot of energy to build new electric vehicles, keeping older cars on the road reduces the need for new car production. CNBC suggests that buying a used car can be less stressful since you won't have to worry about the car losing value as quickly as with a new car. If you're just keeping your old car, then you won't have to sit through the floor show car dealerships make you endure in order for you to give them your money. Older cars can be reliable if they've been well maintained. If you take reasonably good care of your car and keep up with regular maintenance, it can last for many years. Anecdotally, I also feel some older models were perhaps better built than some of the newer ones. So, there are at least a few reasons why it makes sense to drive an older car in 2023. Whether you're looking to save money but still reduce your environmental impact, or just have less stress in your life, an older car can be a good choice. Now, watch my fun guy blow its transmission a couple of days after I post this. Hey, thanks for watching and listening to me ramble. Also, check out the links below.